Welcome to this episode of The Good, Bad and the Odd with your host Mark and Sam. We are changing our format a bit. We've been thinking about it, Sam, haven't we? And we've decided we're going to change things up a little. We're going to keep our main show, which is usually what we've been up to since last time, and a film, and maybe a TV show too, like we, Penny Dreadful. But what we've decided is our longer formats, our ongoing sort of format for movies, or maybe even TV shows, such as we do with Kaiju, we're going to split out a bit and they give us an opportunity to make slightly shorter shows, which means they're easy to edit, and we'll be able to put out slightly more content because we'll have more frequent releases. But it also allows us to maybe do a couple of different long-running sort of episodes too, which would be kind of cool. So this is the first attempt at that. We're splitting out our Kaiju run. We've still got a good 15, possibly even 20 movies left in this. So we're splitting this out, and what we'll be delivering is something a little shorter. A fair bit shorter of those. But as I say, it should be more content. Anyway, to get the ball rolling, the next Kaiju film we've watched is Godzilla Vs Biollante. Do you want to take the lead on this, mate?
Okay, so it kind of starts either sort of shortly before the end of or after Godzilla's rampage through Tokyo in the last film.
Yes, it starts with that, doesn't it?
Yeah, you got dropped in a volcano. And there's a group of, there's a load of people collecting all sorts of bits from the rubble. But someone pulls out, a lump of Godzilla's cells.
It's like a scale, isn't it?
I think it's a scale, or it might be just like a bit of flesh that got knocked off by the Super X.
Okay.
But, yeah, a group of these Americans come and just take it. Mm-hmm. And when they're on their way out, they get killed by this, assassin.
It's really 80s, this, isn't it, this film? This assassin's wearing sunglasses and he's got the 80s kind of clothing. It looks straight out of an 80s film, and it is an 80s film, after all. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Yeah, he takes the sample, I think would be an accurate word.
Yeah.
And just he gets on a cruise ship and heads to this made-up country called Saradia.
Yeah.
And gives this thing
sort of an Arab country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sort of made-up place in the Middle East, I guess. But it's got wherever it is, it's got terrible map backgrounds.
One thing I will say is I couldn't find a source for this movie that had English subtitles, so we effectively watched a Japanese version. Now it's not quite as bad as it sounds, because there is actually sections of it where they talk English, especially at the beginning, aren't there?
Yeah,
there's people talking English.
There's American soldiers I was talking about.
Yeah.
They're talking a bit more English than English.
Yes, there is a bit of that. But it's enough for us to kind of follow the story.
We beat them.
Though you did get Wikipedia up the second half of the film, so we could follow it a bit better. And it was okay. It was fine. It kind of makes you pay attention a little more when you haven't got any language at all.
You were still dozing off.
I was when I'm tired.
But yeah, he takes this sample to a science institute in this Saradia place.
Yeah.
And as they're just sort of working with it, there's this doctor and his daughter. The doctor's Dr. Genshiro Shiragami, and his daughter Erika.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the proper pronunciation, but it does.
It sounds a bit like Erika. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
It's like Erika or something like that.
Yeah.
But it says here a terrorist bombing destroys part of this lab.
That wasn't entirely clear what was going on there. Right. Yeah.
And it spoils the cells and it kills Erika.
Yeah.
A few years later, the Doctor's back in Japan, and somehow he's merged some of his daughter's cells with that of a rose.
Yeah, kind of. I didn't realise it was a few years later. I didn't notice the passage of time specifically.
Neither did I. Oh, I thought he was a bit greyer.
Yes,
Nah.
yeah, I think you're right, actually. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so the plot moves on. We don't see... like I say, we saw Godzilla at the beginning, didn't we? We don't see much of Godzilla. There's all this intrigue stuff. It's done pretty well, isn't it, actually? It's not bad at all. Even though we couldn't understand a lot of it, it was kind of straightforward to follow. It was a much less goofy story than... there was no space chimps or
Nah.
space cockroaches or whatever space creature you could possibly think of. It was very terrestrial. But they were taking some environmental issues in this, which was like big in the 80s,
So
ozone
the
layer.
plan, they're searching for Godzilla cells. Everyone's searching for Godzilla cells for different reasons. The Doctor thinks it might, if he fuses it with the rose, it might bring his daughter back to life.
Yes.
The JSDF, which is the Japanese Special Defense Force,
Yeah.
they want to create some sort of like anti-nuclear energy bacteria.
To fight Godzilla.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Is it specifically to fight Godzilla? Or is it just...
I think it might... It says here,
seems that way.
hoping it can serve as a fatal weapon against Godzilla should he return.
Yes.
But I think it might be for more, like, fallout clearing sort of thing.
Okay. There's also some business about they think Godzilla's in a volcano, isn't it?
No, they know Godzilla's in the volcano.
Okay. So they want to blow it up or something.
No, because they're after
listen.
the cells,
Yeah.
they threaten to blow it up if they don't get the cells.
Oh, yeah.
And someone comes in.
So Godzilla's considered kind of a biological resource, isn't
Yeah.
it, in this kind of... Yeah. But I can't remember how we get there, but eventually we get Biollante
Yeah.
appearing in a bay, isn't it? Like a harbour.
Or a
Just
lake.
off the coast. Well, just off the coast. It's enormous and it doesn't really move at first,
It's
is
a
it?
huge flower, really.
Kind of a tree flower. Well, it's a big rose on a kind of... It's not quite
Trunk.
a tree, is it? It's a green trunk.
It's a collection of vines around some weird glowing ball thing.
That's right, I've forgotten about the ball. It's standing there. And this is
Biollante.
Biollante. They call it Biollante. Eventually, there's a... I don't know, am I jumping a bit? I'm going to say there's a throwdown.
Yeah, of course there's going to be a throwdown, but there's this whole business with some other company trying to get the Godzilla cells, and that's where they threaten to let Godzilla loose.
Yeah.
And then they let him loose anyway.
Yeah, he does a bit of stomping about.
Yeah. And then they summon the Super X2, because the first one works so
Yeah,
well.
let's talk about Godzilla's suit. What do you think of the suit?
I like this new suit.
It was good. His face was kind of lion-like.
Yeah.
But it was really well done. There was you could see they'd put a lot of work into the suit. The claws were really good. The fact his lips could draw back over his teeth when he was kind of growling was kind of cool.
Yeah. There are loads of there are kind of fan names for all the different suits that get used, and this one's Biogoji. It's kind of I think the main design was it was much lighter than the others.
It looked good, and he
Yeah.
seemed to move well in it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was good. And I liked quite a lot of the shooting style. It was Thunderbirds kind of in places. When it was splashing about, they'd obviously slowed the film down a little to give it more impact. It worked well.
Yeah.
And there was some great pyrotechnics. There was some great special effects. Was actually quite good in this.
Yeah.
But you were getting on to the next bit.
The next bit. Godzilla throws down with Biollante and quite quickly just wrecks Biolante's stuff.
Yeah. Bit of
I
fire
think
breath
it's
sorts
implied
him out.
it just kills it straight up.
Well, yeah, I read it as that.
It sends out spores or
Yeah.
something. It's not quite clear. There's loads of glowing balls that come
Oh
up
yeah,
it and
no, I read that as
float
spores
off.
I thought that was spores.
But yeah, Godzilla then proceeds to sort of do his business and stomp around Tokyo for a while.
Yeah.
And eventually he gets, like, lured by this psychic girl who's been working with the Doctor.
There was a good scene that we wouldn't have understood the significance of it, but you just happened to read about it as it happened, which is there's a school full of psychic kids.
Yeah, I said, they're apparently in a school full of psychic kids. I look up and all these kids at the same time lift up their this paper that they've been drawing on, and it's all pictures of Godzilla.
They're all got the same.
Oh,
not the same picture, is it? Different versions of Godzilla. Yeah. It's kind of cool shot. That was cool idea. And I'm glad we knew about it just as it happened. That was kind of cool. Yeah, but go on.
But then there's this really funny section where the JSDF, they get guys up on buildings. The Super X2 rejoins the fight.
Yeah, so we got the Super X2. Very Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
It really reminded me of Thunderbirds 2.
Kind of cool weapon called the Heat Mirror, where it just reflects Godzilla's atomic breath back at him.
And Godzilla has a bit of an hard time trying to tackle this, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's obviously getting more and more cross about
until
it.
He just powers through the heat mirror and breaks it.
Yeah, that happens.
It, I think.
And then they crash and into Godzilla, but he doesn't care.
Yeah. But then there's this really kind of funny bit where there's these two guys with rocket launchers, and they launch some of this the anti-nuclear energy bacteria into Godzilla.
Yeah.
And it sort of stuns him for a second. And one of the Rocketeers starts mouthing off to him out the window.
Yeah, well, Godzilla's right outside the window.
And he turns what was like Godzilla sort of slowly walking towards the building, and you could just kind of hear the Jaws theme tune in the background.
Yeah, it's a bit of that.
Yeah, and even as Godzilla's right up, the guy turns around again and fires another rocket into Godzilla's mouth. Starts mouthing off to Godzilla again. Godzilla just punches the building down.
Caves it in on his head, pretty much. That was kind of fun. He kind of deserved that. And then we get back to another version of Biollante arises.
Yeah, this one looks more like a crocodile.
Yeah, with loads of wicked tendrils. It's a bit like, the attack in Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh,
with all the tentacles. Yeah, there was a bit of that
with this. The water.
Yeah. The main body of Biollante is, as Sam said, is like a big crocodile head thing.
With a crocodile head, and there's loads of tentacles with little mouths on the end.
Yeah. And Godzilla starts getting wrapped up and quite badly punked at this point.
He starts getting stabbed through the hand, stabbed through the shoulder.
Oh, yeah, that was grim.
He does pull it out sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then he gets his head bitten down on. He just shoots fire breath through it.
Yeah. Shoots fire breaths the bad guy, and Biollante basically loses.
Yeah. Godzilla sort of stumbles off and collapses. Biollante dissolves, and it forms an image of Erica again.
Yep. Bizarre. And then all the spores kind of float away, don't they?
Yeah.
Almost directed. And Godzilla's just hanging around in the bay.
Yeah, he's unconscious in the bay. There's this whole weird thing with the assassin from earlier that got stuff from Saradia. And there's just this great bit where they're just several characters are talking about what's happened. Godzilla just pops up in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. The assassin tries to get away, but he actually steps on a mine that was intended for Godzilla, I think.
Yeah.
And blows up, which is kind of funny. And it just kind of ends with Godzilla standing in the water off the coast of Japan.
He's walking away.
Kind of, yeah, and it ends. What do you think of the film?
It was pretty good, actually.
I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it much more than the last one. But you quite liked the last one, didn't you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Did you like this one better or the other one better?
I much preferred this one because Godzilla had someone to fight.
Yeah, I really like this one. I thought there was a lot of style in this.
Yeah.
The music was a bit odd. Sometimes it was spot on, but it was like they were using the wrong music. There was bits like there's a corpse lying in a tent, and they're playing the music that sounds just like the beginning of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And
that was when they were entering the building to rocket Godzilla.
Oh, okay, was it?
Music.
Okay. I thought they did a bit
the
of
music
that.
in the
Oh,
tent
no.
sounded odd, but someone was talking over it, so it may have been
You're right.
something
I got
significant.
it. But they did have some odd choices with the music. It was kind of like they were playing inappropriate music for the mood of the scene.
Yeah.
But it wasn't distracting and horrible. It was kind of just a bit goofy, really.
Yeah.
But not so that, I'm not talking about it was a so bad it's good kind of thing. It was decent. I liked a lot of the water fighting shots. I thought they were really good. They've obviously, whoever directed it understood how to kind of film him through water and fighting in water, because it looked pretty fun and dramatic. I enjoyed it. I did. What'd you give this out of 10?
I'd give this about a 7.
Yeah, I'll give it 7. I think it's a solid 7. I think good one in this. I enjoyed it. I was looking forward to this, so I had reasonable expectations, and it certainly lived up to them. It was pretty good. Biolante's an interesting nemesis. Does he meet Biolante again?
No, this is the only film.
Oh, that's a shame. I kind of like Biolante.
She's been in the comics and the games, but,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, there was definitely a touch of the Audrey 2 about Biolante, as you pointed out to me. Rather enjoyed it. So our next one will be
Godzilla vs King Ghidorah.
King Ghidorah from 80. No, hold on, 92. I think 92. So that I'm looking forward to that.
91.
91. Looking forward to that a lot. So
Yeah.
we'll be talking about that sometime very
This
soon.
one's nuts. I think I spoke about it on the podcast a while ago.
It's nuts, is it?
Yeah, it's nuts. It's got time travel,
Okay.
ET jokes.
Well, we'll get to it next time. Won't we? Okay, so bye from me.
Bye.